Alright guys, so it's day 2 of my project build or restoration of Miss Lucy Lou here, my '05 Suzuki GSXR 750. Today's task, just simply cleaning her up, getting her degreased, now reaching those components that we normally can't reach when she's fully fairinged. Now, touching on the topic of cleaning products, 2 products that I've been using for years and I highly recommend is number 1, gunk engine degreaser. Good stuff. You can pick it up at your local automotive store. Got a good foaming action. Spray it on, wait about 40 minutes, and then hose her down and watch that grime and grease disappear. Second product, super clean. Really good stuff. You can buy this, you can only buy this in the bulk load like this, and I picked this up at my local AutoZone. Pop it in a bottle, dilute it with some water, and spray it on. Wait about an hour, and watch your bike come out super clean. Gets off all that grime and grease, and you can literally just watch the grease just drip off your bike. Touching on the topic of, hosing down your bike. Now, Lucy Lou's pretty much exposed right here. You're gonna wanna cover all major electronic components, especially the ECM or ECU. Wrapping it up in a bag and covering up the parts that you don't want to get wet. Now, if you're like me, second owner of this bike, previously the owner had done some modifications within the electrical system, as you can see right here. Uncovering this now that she's fully exposed, and you're gonna want to make sure that you cover up all those exposed wirings, as not to cause any electrical shorts or possible fires in the near future. Today's temperature is supposed to be 100 degrees, another hot one. Right now, I'm looking at the temperature on the wall right there, and it says it's about 75 degrees at 8:30 in the morning. So you know it's gonna be a hot one today, and I wanna get this out as soon as possible. And with that said, guys, let's get on with it. Alright guys, so one thing to note when you're doing degreasing and cleaning, the cleaning agent can't do it all by itself, and in some portion of it, it needs some help. And in order to help it along, I've always found the best method to be a toothbrush. You're gonna go ahead and spray your area down just while that degreaser is on there, eating away. Scrub it down, scrub those parts down that are hard to clean. Now I am gonna go back and take apart this caliper with the calipers and clean it up a little thorough on the back side because I won't be able to reach that side. But one thing to note when you're cleaning with degreaser and you degrease this area, if your pads are still on here, you're gonna want to make sure you go back over and you spray this area down, maybe even touch it up with some sandpaper on your brake pads, because the degreasing agent leaves a film on there, and you're gonna notice that when you go and hop on your bike, you're not going to be able to slow down, and it's due to that film or leftover from the degreasing agent. So always be cautious when you're working with your brake system, and for those hard grimy areas, use a toothbrush. Got plenty of these. We swap out toothbrushes quite often here, so always save them and use them for your bike. I'm going to go ahead and keep cleaning all the heavy grime areas while you guys keep watching. Alright guys, so the loose has been sitting for about 45 minutes now. I went over with the toothbrush as you saw, just to get those hard, grimy areas that have a lot of grease and oil buildup on them. A couple key notes, like I said before, when you are doing your brake area and you spray it down with this stuff, you're going to want to make sure you go back and you clean off your brake pads as well as your rotors, because this stuff does leave a film on them. Second note would be if you are spraying this around your chain area, yes, the chain is supposed to be greased and it needs that grease. So if you happen to get some on there, spray it off with some water real quick, and so it doesn't eat through your rubber O-rings. So I'm going to go ahead and start this up, hose her down, see what she looks like, and then those hard to reach areas or hard grimy areas still have some leftover dirt and grease on them. I'm going to go over them with the super clean and spray those areas down, and once again scrub it down with the toothbrush.
Okay guys, that's going to bring this segment to a close. Now there's nothing exciting about cleaning or degreasing a bike, I have to agree. But hopefully I answered a few questions for some of you wanting to do the same, but are afraid to experiment with various degreasing products for fear of damaging components of your beloved racing machine. Now motorcycles are not like automobiles. They require a lot more maintenance and care if you're expecting longevity for the years to come. What you've seen here today is what I typically have done over the course of 10 years that I've owned and operated Lucy. And with love like this, I'm sure she'll provide me with another 10 and then some. Now if you stuck with me this long, maybe you'll go the extra mile and hit that thumbs up button. It truly lets YouTube know that I'm a great guy providing exceptional content for my fellow riders. And with that said guys, I'm the Chemist, and I'll see you on day 3.